Good evening and welcome to CreditSpreadSlayer.com Setup Sunday. As you'll notice right on your screen, we're going to start off with gold. Something we haven't talked about in a little while, but I thought it'd be prudent to check in to see how our long-term support line has been dealing with the recent sell-off and the subsequent rally. As we can see on the far right-hand corner, we sold off around to the 1265 area, and we had noted right here that if it held, we'd be very bullish on the metal, and if it didn't, we'd be expecting a $1,000 retest potentially. What happened? We had a head faked. We drove below that long-term support line, below 1265, but then we have rallied ever since the tapering announcement, which is ironic, but that's what's been happening. And we are now above that support line, which means this is now a solid support level to be able to enter longs onto. As you know, we always like to check in on multiple different time frames and charts to confirm our bullish scenario or any trading scenario. This is a 12-year chart. So as you can see, this is a very long-term trend line. If we check in on the GLD at a much lower time frame, we can see a few pieces of information. We can see that downtrend that was in existence from August through February has been broken in early February, and we've been just rallying ever since. We're now officially above all major support trend lines, meaning that anything, especially the 200-day moving average, which we had been below ever since early 2013, we're now above, and has now again support around the 126 level. I would be bullish of the metal around 126. Right now, I assume we're going to consolidate to the side a little bit, maybe even reduce down to that 126 level. But I'll be entering some longs in at the 126 level if we get back to that. One final time frame and one final chart is just the last couple of months with gold. And as you can see, this is the same downtrend and the subsequent break. This was your key aspect and your key point. If you would have gotten long here, you've been riding a nice little trend in gold. We have one current open position, and that is on Intel, and that's the chart you see in front of you right now. We can see that Intel broke out of a bullish wedge pattern in the one-day charts on Friday, and you can see it's all above. The open, the top wick, the bottom wick, and the close are all up and out of the wedge. We expect this wedge to be tested yet again in the coming weeks, but for the overall trend in Intel to continue higher. If you haven't already sold your Intel calls for the March 28th strike, please sell them at the 25.50 level for at least 12 cents. If you've been hesitating, you'll probably get a little bit more on Tuesday, I would say. Once Intel tests back down and has a weaker day on Monday, you'll be able to get a little extra premium on Tuesday. Thank you very much for joining us for CreditSpreadSlayer.com Setup Sunday. I'm your host, Jason Daig, Senior Portfolio Manager for CreditSpreadSlayer.com, as always. If this is your first time to the site, please make sure you check out the free ebook, 5 Secrets to Weekly Option Trading Success. And that's available at CreditSpreadSlayer.com on the right-hand side. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you next week.